Like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below. As the violent invasion of the sovereign country of Ukraine continues, so exchange rates apart, concern remains for expats here, both Ukrainian and Russian, who can't in many cases return to their home countries but see visas reaching expiry dates and in some cases passports expiring too. Further issues of money transfers for living costs have escalated, with the ban on most Russian banks being able to use SWIFT and Ukrainian banks in a state of disarray. The weekend here in Thailand saw many peaceful demonstrations by those nationals and others demanding an end to the invasion, seeing in many cases Russians joining with Ukrainians here as one voice. As of the end of last week, the Department of Employment ceased issuing travel permits for Thais to the Ukraine. This as hundreds of Thais already there and working are being advised and assisted in their speedy exit. An operations centre has been established for Thais in the city closest to the Polish border, offering temporary shelter and aid in crossing over into Europe. It's estimated that some 300 have already appealed for evacuation, and Thai embassy officials from Poland are said to have headed to Ukraine to assist. Non-Tabri courts have approved warrants for the arrest of both the owner and the unlicensed captain of a speedboat used on the Chao Phraya River late at night, which saw a TV actress fall into the water and drown. Word is that the trip included just 3 women and 3 men, and followed a meal at a riverside restaurant. Some claim that the boat toilets were out of order, trying to explain the woman's falling from the rear of the boat by claiming that she was relieving herself. Unlikely perhaps, as initial forensic reports indicate that she was wearing a full-body one-piece suit that was intact. But a full investigation is promised, as the dead woman's parents are filing complaints too. Both men have reported to police stations, been processed and applied for bail. In Rayong province, any hope of quick revival of business there has been dashed again this weekend, as following the twin leaks of crude oil in the ocean from a poorly managed pipeline, the Pollution Control Department has advised against swimming in the sea or playing on the sand at 3 spots at Mae Rampung Beach, following tests that revealed continued high levels of petroleum hydrocarbons. Red flags are or were due to be posted along the shoreline to warn off swimmers and visitors, and daily checks are being carried out to monitor any improvement. If anyone could be arrested wearing fake designer pyjamas, it had to be a 29-year-old woman who's alleged to have been involved in the now infamous YouFund global pyramid scam, which is said to have tricked so-called investors out of upwards of 10 billion baht. With her PJs stamped with Christian Dior, but with the wrong spelling, the 29-year-old faces charges relating to a warrant issued 2 months ago, and that in itself relating to losses that resulted in others being given long-term jail sentences in 2017. It's claimed that she was a major player in the scam here in Thailand. If jailed, no doubt her pyjamas will be confiscated. Meanwhile, at home and in our own region, in a 24-hour period this morning, the province reports 1,275 new cases of COVID, and it's expected that in excess of 90% of those will have been Omicron. Chonburi reporting 306, Sriracha again with the highest numbers of 385, Banglamung including Pattaya 305, and Sattahip 46. Nationally, the figures in the same period were 22,311, with 17,470 said to have recovered. The future of this year's Songkran celebrations here in Pattaya remains in the air again, as the city has banned group gatherings of more than 50 people as a part of its continued anti-COVID stance. With high figures around the nation, the city awaits news, perhaps closer to the date. Already other events planned by the city, such as the music festivals, have been cancelled. It was obvious from the day that Omicron was first reported that numbers here would increase. We predicted several months ago that daily numbers would rise to 25 to 30,000, and well, that's where we are. But at the same time, it's recognised that we're dealing essentially with a flu-type virus, which doesn't have serious symptoms for those other than the frail or elderly. This is rightly the barriers that prevented tourism are slowly being lifted, and those with vaccinations arriving here now only have to go through a single day's wait for test results, later doing an ATK test and sending the results in a similar fashion to the system used in the UK last year. Businesses here who have in the past served expats well are seeing a speedy revival of business. A review of restaurants and shops and others has seen us told that things are picking up. For those relying purely on tourism, it's another story, but business for many is actually improving week on week. And with the Met Office promising another hotter day, highs of 32, dropping down to 26, local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or programme,